right now I'm currently being hunted.
Well, I told you I was going to do the private investigator, okay? From that last Deep Web Challenge video, a lot of you said, well, it's not gonna happen. Here it is. This video is also going to be me going to a private island 500 miles away from civilization, the most inaccessible and remote place on Earth that I could physically go to, and see if these dark web private investigators can follow me and investigate me all the way to this island. This is gonna be a terrifying one. And my name is Dallas, aka Infernus. Thanks for asking. I'm gonna go into the backstory of this just really quickly. Don't skip, alright? Or I'm gonna take your lunch. This story begins with a deep web challenge in which I found a private investigator and decided to hire them on me to see if they could actually find me in the most desolate, remote place on Earth, which happens to be a private island known as Rickroll Land. Basically, I began this interesting journey by first finding their website, which is called Truth Legion, a 100% guaranteed top-of-the-line cutting-edge service of private investigation. They would not fail by any means. That was convincing to me. So I decided to contact them under the guise of being a suspicious spouse of someone who said that they were supposedly going on a business trip. Of course, me being that suspicious spouse, I was hiring the private investigator on my spouse, which in reality is me. I'm recording this after the fact. I'm not spoiling it. So now that that's been covered, we had to go into the backstory so everything makes sense. I'm sorry. But anyways, once I paid the Truth Legion, I got sent something from Telegram by a Telegram account saying that they were working with Truth Legion. It's already looking pretty legit. Now, of course, I had to make sure that I looked convincing as the alternate personality, and that was, of course, as a suspicious spouse. So, obviously, I had to just change my personality in order to make it convincing. So, I just named my Telegram account Suspicious Spouse. Alright. And, anyways, the first thing they said, which is from this account saying, "Hello, sir or ma'am. Thank you for selecting Truth Legion Private Investigators. Welcome to our direct message server. I will be your concierge." Fancy. Handling direct communication and updates to you as your desired service is carried out. How may we help you today? Well, that's a good way to start. I responded, hi. I'm sorry. I'm kind of nervous, but yes, I'm interested. I was surfing the web and found your service, and I am wondering if you'd be able to investigate my husband. We've been married for 10 years, and I've slowly developed a rising suspicion of him because something just doesn't seem right. Every year he goes on this regular business trip across country. He says it's for his job as a junior public protest and mob arranger. The thing is, he's never gotten any promotion in this said job for the entire 10 years I've known him, nor have I ever heard anything from or seen this company anywhere in real life. He says he's always very close to being promoted to senior mob arranger, but it's been 10 years and it's never happened. He has loads of money somehow, as we have a prenup, but I'm beginning to suspect he isn't being truthful. This weekend he is departing on another business trip, but I've never seen any public protest / mob he's arranged ever on TV or Twitter. I want to know who, where, or what he is really doing. I'm willing to pay the full package, as long as I get to the bottom of this once and for all. They replied, "Madam, I'm happy to inform you that this is our speciality. We can surely help in this situation. Know that even in your suspicion, there is always a rational explanation. However, it may not be an ideal one. Keep in mind that we have many agents and resources, and the ability to easily deduce the truth without struggle, and with discretion." Well, clearly I've stumbled into a real-life John Wick type situation before. Nothing new. I've done that, been there. Now I replied indignantly, "Thank you, I'm actually a man." I don't want to sound stuck up, but there's no need for hurtful assumptions. It's 2024. I mean, for real. I'm so sorry to hear. Wait, what? I'm so sorry to hear? I didn't mean to offend. Can you still proceed with my last request? Yes, I can. By the way, this might be a stretch, but do you offer any other above and beyond services other than investigation? And then I dubiously questioned. They replied, "What do you mean?" "Well, I was just thinking about in the event that you unfortunately finding my husband was lying, then maybe you could just go ahead and have him decommissioned altogether, if you know what I'm saying. We're both vegans, but I think he's been secretly slipping meat behind my back because I'm keen in the veganism community, and you know a faker when you see one. I'm only suggesting because he has a huge life insurance plan, and I'm not interested in forgiving him if he's lied to me all these years. So if he's doing something truly unspeakable, like meat eating, or cheating, or both, I'm wondering if I could just straight out pay for a hit to get it over with. I can even split the life insurance settlement as a reward for you, if so. But this is only as a last resort. I'm not unhinged." Alright. Now, the reason why I was acting mildly homicidally inclined in these messages was because I needed to weed out the two initial possibilities, which would make this video a complete no-can-do. And those possibilities were that, for one, they were going to agree with that notion, in which case they were probably just scammers on the deep web and were just gonna say anything in order to take my money and not actually do anything. Or that they were actually gonna do it, and in that case, I'm not making this video because I'm not paid enough to kill myself over YouTube views. Luckily, the answer to both those questions was no, which makes this video a whole lot less clickbait. But fortunately for me, you're gonna probably give me more watch time anyway, because I actually went to the island, and you're gonna want to find out what happened. I know you are, because I know you. We don't offer solutions such as that. However, I can see if we have other alternatives. In this case, let's stick with our current options in the meantime, as long as you're still interested. I'll need some travel and personal information of your spouse. Alright. That sounds good. That sounds like a good compromise. After all, it's important that cheaters get what they deserve, I say. Hopefully, deadly, he isn't one. Oh no. That's a typo. I hope dearly he isn't one. His name is Broad Ranchman. And his work number... Sometimes I like to just put myself in the perspective of people that are on the other end of all these conversations that we've had in these text convos over the years of these videos, and just try to comprehend what's going through their mind. He says he's going to Miami, Florida. That is true. This Friday, but I'm dubious. Thanks. Please allow us time to process your quote and update it in the invoice. You know, I don't know what that's all about, but I'm not trying to update any invoice or just, you know, do anything like that. Pay any more money than what I already is paying. I mean, what is this about? Is this what's good on the deep web? Is this how they do it? Well, this is why I was talking about the capping him part, because we're both really tight on funds this month. I keep hampering him to tap into his exorbitant savings, but he always indignantly refuses. If we go with the end resort, we can split the insurance money. I'm just putting that out there. I don't want it to happen, and don't get me wrong. We can't confirm anything yet. I said, okay, that's good to know. I was just worried about the whole situation, I double texted. He's leaving in 2 days, and I'm so eager to learn the truth. And also, don't forget the thing I said about the insurance again. I'm just putting that out there. This has been well received. I've updated your invoice. It'll reflect in the Monero invoice that was sent by our team. We can get the operation done within the time your spouse returns. The operation. Hello? Hello? Another Telegram account messaged me, and this time they said, I am your personal Truth Legion agent. Okay, so now we're getting into the agents. The agents, good. I will be facilitating the communication of all obtained evidence and facts from now on. Alright. I will be following every movement of the specified individual in certainty, and will examine, verify, and prove their every activity between now and 1 week of time. I will not physically interact with the target. They will never know about the investigation during or after my findings. To verify, and now the shit gets serious. Your husband is currently at, and then they sent a screenshot of maps, and resides at another screenshot. Well, this is weird because the first screenshot is a picture of a convenience store, but the twist is I was actually at that store earlier that day in real life. And then the second picture is actually the building where my studio's in. Like, that basically means that they can literally, like, track my location just from my phone. I mean, ostensibly. I have no way of knowing. So, from that point, I just disabled my location services. Find my iPhone. Because I'm not going to make their job easier for my money's worth, that's for sure. And then they said, we'll be departing on a work trip to Miami. Is this correct? Well, yes, but I already told them that. So, that is my cue to leave. See you, boys. Gotta get close.
If you're one of the bulkhead seats, all of your items, including your handbags, your laptops, your cases, they must be overhead for taxi takeoff and landing.
No update on the investigator yet. I'm gonna go to the hotel and review the things I got sent. Then gotta get out of here first. Yeah, this is what Miami looks like. 40 stories up. Not too bad. And that road right there goes all the way to where that scene from the new Grand Theft Auto trailer takes place, I believe. Okay, rise and shine, gamers. But yeah, it's actually pretty cloudy outside. Just take a look. Actually, the balcony seems even bigger in the daytime. I'm gonna have to pack my bags now, head off to Nassau. It's freaking cold here, though. Welcome to the hotel in Miami. So, basically, we're here to update you on the private investigator shenanigans. Tomorrow I'm going to be leaving to Nassau, which will be the second stop. Currently I'm at the first stop, going to Rickroll Land. When I was at the airport, I asked them, what flight am I going to go on if I'm going to Nassau from Miami? And they said, they pointed to a tiny little baggage area saying, you sit right there on that bench and then someone with a golf cart will pick you up and drive you to the outside of the airport and to the plane where you fly to Nassau. That's how you get to Nassau. And I said, you're serious? And they said, yeah. So that's what we're doing. In the meantime, I'm going to enjoy not doing that and be here in this lovely place. So, let's go into some of the text conversations that I've had with these people so far. And currently, the most recent updates as of right now. And, well, I'm a little bit nervous, I'll just say that. Last time I checked, I was being tracked. And they had sent me a place that I had been earlier that day, which is now thousands of miles away, but also my literal studio building. So, now if you remember all that, great. You don't have a short-term memory loss or amnesia. We're about to check the updates to see exactly where they think I am now, to see if they get the actual right hotel room. So, after they had sent me that, asking if that was the husband's correct information, I said, I don't know if that's correct. That's why I hired you, but close enough. And like, look, I'm sorry if that came off rude. You obviously know what you're doing, and I'm just nervous that my husband is deceiving me. I really hope he's not. You seem very honest, so I'll trust you'll take care of him when you find the truth. And then, while I was on the plane, they also telegram messaged me saying, the target is currently on flight, the flight number, and en route to Miami at 2:40 p.m. I'm not near the area, but we'll digitally update you on each movement. So they sent me the flight number, which was actually the wrong flight number. I kind of thought maybe they're just like pulling a fast one, and like, I don't know. But like, after that, they said, I just decided to go ahead and ask them outright, are you tracking his phone or something? Because I really want to know what they're doing. And they said, no. A person leaves many digital footprints, even interacting with so much as a turnstile leaves a trace. Turnstile. Well, that seems very helpful if he's secretly going to Disneyland. Seriously, where do you see turnstiles anywhere other than Disneyland? I don't think I've even seen them in Disneyland. CCTV feeds are ubiquitous, not just in Disneyland. Please allow me time, and I will get access to anything needed, okay? No, maybe they're just getting a little bit frustrated now. I'm sorry, I just want to get what I'm paying for here. they got the wrong flight number after all, but, you know, I guess the turnstiles data was a little bit inaccurate. But then it got serious, because they now say that they just texted me through, the same agent has texted me saying target is at East Side Hotel, which is correct, arrived by Lyft, one individual accompanying. Now I'm kind of like actually scared. Fuck. I outsourced from another agent in the area. They won't charge extra as they are already on a job in the area. They can't get room info or enter the hotel. We'll update in 24 hours. So the last thing I just messaged them was, who is he with? Who is he with? Which, just to verify, like, that they actually know that, where I am. No response so far, so, that's basically where we're at right now, in Miami. That's the current update of everything. So, I guess we're just gonna see what happens, because I'm gonna leave to go to Nassau in the morning, which is, well, 12 hours from now. But at least they said no to the, like, insurance and capping me part, like, so that's good. Well, I'll update you tomorrow. In the meantime. Welcome to morning. Welcome to Nassau, and I'm currently being hunted, as you saw from what I just said there. The current update is that they have sent me this telegram, and it says, we have dispatched an agent to ascertain evidence. That's always a good thing. And when I go to the Crooked Island, which is literally going to be tomorrow, and when I get there, there's going to be no cell service and no way to call or, you know, do anything. So we're going to see if they can follow me there. And I'm going to be kind of scared if they do. This place is overall pretty safe, I guess. The people at the airport, who had very interesting accents, they told me, there's a couple places you don't want to go. Right now my cameraman's going to be staying at the Holiday Inn, which is here. I guess they call it Holiday Inn. It's kind of like the Nassau version of Holiday Inn. Tomorrow we're going to go to the Crooked Island, and then from there rent a boat, go off to Rickroll Land. In a nutshell, this is basically just kind of like real life Catch Me If You Can. What I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna head over to the CBS store. It seems pretty, actually similar to Walmart, to the point where it's like almost identical. Get like a week's load of random supplies and snacks. And I'm gonna head back to the Holiday Inn. All right, we're in the CBS store at Nassau. So we're gonna go and get the materials and all the resources that I need to basically not die. That's about everything, I guess. Now, throughout the time that I was at Nassau, and specifically when I was at the hotel, they seemed to be sending me these heat maps, which I had no idea how they were getting, which were purportedly my very location. Basically, they said that they were gathering all available evidence and initializing surveillance. That was from the original concierge sending that to me. They said this process may take up to 48 hours. Rest assured that we will find out exactly what your spouse is doing. Well, they were pretty accurate so far with my locations up to this point. I don't know how they're actually getting that location. If they have like some... Actually, I don't even want to know. I feel like I'm playing like a real life Hitman game right now. Except like, I'm not the player, I'm the target. Not a good feeling, necessarily. So I messaged the other agent's account because I wanted to get to the bottom of what was actually happening. On top of the fact I was pretty nervous. I was now in a different country and I wanted to know if I was actually in trouble. I said, "Hi, wondering if you could obtain photo proof of my husband's whereabouts? I'm concerned after the last update." No reply, so I had already checked into the hotel, and only after that, I got some more messages from the original account. "Hello, we have a new dedicated agent on the way to ascertain more evidence. We've currently mapped the target's location to 5 pinpoints, and we've been able to create a heat map of the local travel. Due to the timing of our agents in this area being already occupied, we've only now dispatched one to the location.
I don't know how many agents they have and what they look like. I'm kind of nervous, I'm not gonna lie. I'm just walking around, like, trying to always be on the move, not stay in one place at one time. It's confirmed then that they, whoever they are currently in the Bahamas. So, I am no longer safe here. Thankfully, I only have a couple more hours before I get to go. Can't even enjoy a single vacation without being hunted, stalked, lost, all because of YouTube. Why don't you go about 2 inches below the screen and at least, you know, make that black button gray? You'll get 10 years of good luck.
So I said, okay, just remember to inform me beforehand before you take him down. You know, which would be pretty useful for me to know. What do you mean, sir? They say. I reply, just remember to inform me, like I said, in case of the worst case scenario. I want to be up to date. So far, all I've gotten is just words mostly. We're working, is all that they replied. And then finally, the agent account responds, and they said, we have new movement data pertaining to flight, and then the actual flight number. This was my flight going all from Nassau to Acklands Island, which is close to Rickroll. Booked under the name of my real name, Bahamas Air, and on the exact date. This time, I guess the turnstiles data was not inaccurate. Now, I checked this message on the very hour that I was planning to depart the plane, so because of that, I didn't get a chance to reply up to that point. So they double and triple texted me, hello? Dispatch location is outside of the United States, so we'll have to ask your permission to proceed, as there's a $200 surcharge for international quotas. On the plane right before I took off and lost cell phone service, I replied hastily saying, yes, that's fine, it's his money anyway. And that was it. I was off to Rickroll. The only other message I got after I arrived on Rickroll that I wasn't able to even see right before they texted me all the heat maps was, hi, I'm fairly certain that your husband is staying in Nassau as there's no return flight within 24 hours. Is this expected? But unexpectedly, they got no response because I had no Wi-Fi for the rest of the week.
Yeah, that's my first mate.
Oh shit. Does that mean you're hitting sand?
Maybe. Going at a snail's pace. Alright. Right about here should be shallow enough to just jump off.
Well, Rick, you're looking a little bit folded these days.
Legs are gonna like rip off.
Alright. So this time exactly next week. And hopefully I'll still be alive. And then you would just come to this exact spot. And yeah.
Alright. I think we'll figure out how to get this anchor up.
Yeah. Drops the camera. Oh, you're already going.
Why not? I want to be out here.
All right, 1 week, 1 man. Oh, there he goes. And I really hope that my cameraman doesn't just completely forget about me. Now what do I do? Okay. Well, first thing is the tent, I guess. Okay, this isn't working. Fucking. All right, come on.
That is how you make a tent on Rickroll land. It is so hot. I have 0 cellular connection. Like, I mean, if I start dying, I'm gonna be literally screwed. There's no way I can contact any emergency services. GPS still works. And that is my current location. And to give you some perspective of how far away this is from any civilization, well, if we just zoom out on the map, then we can see we're literally like that far away from this island here. But so far as I can see, literally nobody's here. Nobody in a very long ways. Yep, this is where I'm gonna be staying for the next week.
Now, we won't be going into the details of every single day that I stayed here on this remote island. If you want to watch the full experience, you can go to my other video. But the private investigators did not hesitate to keep on texting me. Apparently, they were just sending me more and more of these maps, which ended up going all the way to the airport where I had been. And they had last told me that they had sent an agent after me to collect photo evidence. So I'm giving them a good run for their own money.
Meanwhile, at Rickroll land. Alright, first night at Rickroll land. Well, everything is completely covered in sand. And it's very late at night. I literally don't need a blanket.
Now, the entire time that I was on this island all on my own, everything seemed to be going pretty peachy, aside from the whole failing to survive and what have you, until this one moment.
5:30 a.m., night 3, and I just heard like a meow.
What the frick was that? It sounded like a freaking cat meowing. I shut that shit off for a second.
You can't see dog Okay. That's cool. Well, there's no cat out there. Damn it. When it comes to the private investigator, I have no clue how they're gonna literally get here. Can't check to see the telegram for the private messenger either without the Wi-Fi. We're just gonna have to hope that he somehow doesn't find me and snipe me. It's fucking raining now. What if it actually fucking storms here?
Clear over there.
Oh. Hi! My name is Crystal Clear Man, and welcome to Rickroll land. Alright. Well, fuck. Let me just get my ass in the tent. Jesus Christ.
No word on the private investigator either. What if that was the private investigator? I just realized that. The meow. What if he said meow outside my tent? My phone's like literally almost out of batteries. So when this thing goes dead, that's it.
Beginning of night 4, my mind is kind of scrambled right now because of just how hot and miserable it's been for the last multiple days. It's getting better. It's actually like less hot now. And I'll see you in the morning. Also, if the private investigator's watching this, I'd just like to say, in your face, you lose and I win, and you didn't find me yet. I hope he doesn't come in with a kill shot on the last day. That would suck. Covering 3 videos at one time, just so you know. Anyway, I can't tell if this camera is actually that bad or if it's blurry. No, it's just that bad. Well, deal with it. Alright. Welcome to Rickroll land. I don't know what else there is to do. I'm bored. Sunny with a chance of...
But it only then came to my realization, upon staying 6 days on Rickroll Island, that if I was able to see my own location on maps despite having no Wi-Fi, then clearly any random person would be able to still know where I was and track me. But that wasn't even the most unsettling thing that crossed my mind.
What if the cameraman forgets I'm even here? What if Levi never comes back? Well, that would surely be a video, alright. That would never be uploaded.
So, I wanted to make an update This is the last day of the private investigator, and last day of staying here. This is what it's like to be hunted on an island in the Bahamas, hundreds of miles away from civilization. I'm gonna go to sleep again and wake up for the final day here at Rickroll Land. But
Okay, and this is the exact location where we're planning to get picked up. We were dropped off last time. Well, this was my lovely vacation in the Bahamas. Kinda sucks. Oh my freaking goodness. How was that week at the hotel? Well, my phone's dead, so well, we gotta go, I guess.
Get on the front! Get on the front! Close that gate! Close it! No! Don't get on that!
Alright, so now that I've survived a week on Rickroll Land, I can make a few updates pertaining to the videos that I've been filming this entire time. For the private investigator to Nassau, I looked through all of the messages, and apparently they had kept messaging me over and over again, which they thought was the other identity that I made up. And they had sent a heat map of where I had been and traveled to, and even sent a bunch of pictures near the actual locations I had been in real life, ending off right in front or right nearby the hotel I was staying at just like a week ago, and where my cameraman has just been staying this entire time. They took a picture outside of it. Luckily, at the time they sent that message, I was on the island, and I got a few missed calls, which I didn't have a chance to answer because my phone was dead and had no service. But then after that, they just blocked my Telegram account and stopped messaging me. They may have found out that who I actually was, even though it's like 12 noon. I've been awake for 24 hours. All right, I'll see you when I get back home. Goodbye.
I told you that this was recorded after. I bet you didn't believe me. I don't really know what to feel of the results. And I don't know how the rules go about in terms of reviewing dark web websites go, because, well, it's not exactly the same thing as Yelp. But I could say that it's probably an 8 out of 10. I cannot say that I had a bad experience. I do believe that they probably came to the realization that I was just me the whole time when I stopped responding to them. Or they just stopped responding because I didn't pay them the extra money that they all of a sudden wanted. Which I didn't agree to beforehand, so you can't blame me. Anyways, I guess I kind of like finessed them. They kind of got finessed, which is kind of impressive, because most of the time you're the one who just gets scammed on the dark web. I guess that puts an end to this for the time being. Unless the investigation has just only begun. Only now. I got another message sent to me on my phone. And it says this. To be continued.